Once they heard you were in town, they came to us.
Stop. I don't think I could do this. No.
Danny?
Nope.
No need to be nervous.
No reason to be nervous. They're only killers.
We've all seen you handle killers before, on screen.
Fundamentally, there's no difference.
No one acts better than you, Danny. The best agents are stars, and the best actors are movie stars.
You're an actor. Act.
What is up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great weekend. And thanks for clicking on this video, and welcome to my review of Orson Fortune, Ruse de Guerre. Now, this new action spy comedy stars Jason Statham and is directed by Guy Ritchie. Also starring Aubrey Plaza, Josh Hartnett, Cary Elwes, and Hugh Grant. So Jason Statham stars as Orson Fortune, a special agent who rounds up another group of operatives to go on this undercover mission to retrieve this high-tech weapons device and try to stop a local arms dealer played by Hugh Grant, who intends on selling it to the highest bidder and hoping to stop the disruption of the world order. First off, I just want to say, before I get into my positives and negatives of this movie, I really enjoyed this movie. I really did. I'm not a watcher of Guy Ritchie. I mean, I've been meaning to see The Gentleman. I haven't watched it yet. But I have seen Rock and Rolla, which was like a long time ago with Gerard Butler. If I remember right, I think I enjoyed that movie. So I'm going to have to go back and watch The Gentleman and maybe some of the other movies. But from what I know, Guy Ritchie has this kind of humor that he injects into his movies. And from what I've seen in this movie, I really enjoyed it. Starting off with the positives. As I said, the humor in this movie is actually spot on. I laughed quite a bit throughout this movie. And also the cast. It has a very talented cast. You have, like I said, Jason Statham's in it. I thought he is terrific in this movie. Aubrey Plaza, I really enjoyed her in this movie as well. Cary Elwes, he's okay. He was kind of the handler. He kind of gives directions and tells everyone where they need to go and everything. But for me, I think the standouts in this movie, really that kind of stood out to me, was Josh Hartnett and Hugh Grant. I think the scenes that these two were in together were probably the funniest and the best scenes in the movie. And it's funny because Josh Hartnett plays a movie star, and he's kind of blackmailed into this mission. But the comedic chemistry they have together is just hilarious. But yeah, and also the story itself is actually pretty interesting. It has a really interesting plot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my positives. So getting into my negatives. Really, there is no real character development. There's just no background given to them. They're just one-dimensional characters, really. Also, I mean, however, the story, as I said, was interesting. However, it is predictable. It's just your more normal everyday action thriller. It doesn't bring anything fresh to the table. You've seen something like this before, of course. There's no real twist or anything. There's nothing surprising or anything about it. But it's still fun. It's still entertaining. It's not boring. So that's the best thing. That's one of the best things about it is I didn't find myself bored at all, even with the nearly 2-hour runtime, which might have been a little bit too long. And I felt this was like a humorous version of the Mission Impossible movie, and I really enjoyed it. I did. If you're a big fan of Jason Statham, or these action spy comedies, I recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun. I thought Josh Hartnett was great. Like I said, Hugh Grant, he makes a really good anti-hero. He doesn't come across as much of a villain in this movie as I thought he would have, because he doesn't have that kind of aggressiveness as a villain, But he's more of an anti-hero, because you kind of see he's not really a good guy, but he's not necessarily a bad guy either. But yeah, But he has a very funny personality, especially when his character kind of comes on to Aubrey Plaza's character, like all throughout the movie, from the time that they're introduced to each other and basically toward the end. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I recommend checking it out. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre. If you like what you see, click the subscribe button. Comment down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on Operation Fortune? Let me know down there. And as always, I love you guys. You guys are the greatest. And I will see you in the next one.